Yo, what is good, YouTube? It's your boy, Dr. Dev again. I know I told you guys I was gonna bring an NFL video, but I saw this video and I recommended, and I was really interested. I actually wanted to watch this. Can rival gangs coexist peacefully? I mean, this is like an interesting topic. I've never been gang affiliated or anything, but like I grew up with South Central LA most of my life. I grew up in LA, basically inner city. I grew up South Central LA, then I moved to Mid City LA. Mid City's more, it's a lot better than South Central. South Central, basically, it's the same place where Nipsey grew up. I went to elementary. I went to elementary there, and then look, my parents saw that the school was like I was having like I would actually fight in that school. So like my mom, she was a cafeteria lady. She moved me to the she was working at Beverly Hills as a cafeteria lady, so she moved me out to Beverly Hills to go to school there, even though I still lived in um South Central. I mean, it was cool. Neighborhoods are, I had a neighbor shooting at her landlord one like a couple times. This shit's crazy. I mean it's rough. It's rough. But I want to see this video. I want to see this. Is very interesting. I'll probably do a story time. My what I really want to do is a story time on this. We'll most likely do a story time in the future. Definitely gonna start doing some story time videos with you guys. Talk to you guys more. But let's see what this video is about. Can rival gangs coexist?
Died from street violence.
Are you okay with that though?
Well,
Have you accepted that as a man?
Yes.
I wanted my message to impact gang culture. I'm one of you. Wherever I end up, you gonna know that you can end up there too.
Basically, in South Central, where I grew up, like
affiliated
around like Crenshaw and Slauson. Most of what I saw was mostly Crips. But growing up in 2010s, gang violence is not that common. To be honest, my dad said the 90s when my parents were here in the 90s. That's when gang violence was really bad in LA. But luckily, I grew up at a time where it's not that bad.
blood gang for my entire life. My heart, my soul, my family are bloods.
I'm affiliated with the Capinella Park Power Rules.
The Anthos Park Miller Gangsta Bloods.
Power Rule Gang.
Black Peachstone Jungles. I'm affiliated with the Rolling 60s.
Been gang banging for most of my life. No high school diploma, but I feel like I know it all though.
When you young, the excitement of it, the brotherhood, you kind of like fall victim to it. But I feel like it also prepares you for the real world and gets you ready for like a lot of like obstacles that you might run across.
Everybody just labels a gang member as just a terrorist threat. Just not real human beings, but that's not the fact.
But I'm kind of surprised about this video. Sorry, I cleared my ears. They didn't really add a lot of the Spanish LA gangs, which is probably the most violent today. Like MS-13, 16th Street. I'm surprised they didn't add any of them. I'm surprised. Those are still active today.
Yo, what's going on? My name's Seti Mack. I'm from Anthos Park. I do rapping, comedy, and I'm just a jack of all trades, really.
My name's Jay Nasty. I'm from Compton, Spooktown. Freshly paroled from prison, a certified welder.
My name's Squabbler. I'm from the Jungles. I'm an up-and-coming artist from Los Angeles, California.
My name is Skip Townsend, and I come out the West Adams area, and I'm a job developer and also do human development as well.
Yeah, I'm Boogaloo, Westside Nellas. I'm one of the CEOs of Rosecrans Entertainment. My name Wyans. I'm from Capinella Park. I'm an up-and-coming artist, and you feel me? I do a little bit of everything, just try to play my part.
I was trying to rap.
AD, I'm from Rolling 60s, and I'm a street activist.
Step forward if this statement is true.
dog coming.
That's number one.
It's everybody, big dog.
Yeah, let's talk about this stuff. A lot of people, like, in gangs, you know, we grew up together as, like, brothers. I can go spend a night at my homie's house, you feel like mama feed me, you feel what I'm saying? And together, we done came up with ways that we could feed the children. We done did backpack giveaways. We done did all type of shit, but the media, they always put out the negative about us, but they never, like, put out the positive shit that we done did.
I feel like the media got like an old school perception on what gangbanging is or what gangbanging is about, and modern day gangbanging has evolved from what it's been back then. So now it's okay for Bloods and Crips to go to school together, to where back in the days,
It's not as bad anymore.
Centennial,
That's the
you probably
thing,
couldn't find
man.
a Blood at Crenshaw, like, you know what I'm saying? So nowadays, we can coexist.
They don't never really show the unity of it all. Like they always show the separation, the segregation. They don't really fathom the strength and the power we got inside our community. And I really don't think they really care about that. They put us in this one statistic box. That's how I feel. You know, and they leave us right there. That's where they want us. But it's really up to us to say.
A lot of people, just respect people for joining gangs and like, and you be like, oh, you're stupid because you're in a gang. I mean, it's all about mindset, to be honest. But the thing is, it's hard because most of the people, when you join a gang, your mindset is when you're a child, and that's like when you're introduced to that shit, especially growing up. But luckily, my parents, they never they kept me they kept me inside. They didn't really let me, go out, like as long as I couldn't go out late at night, like like in the neighborhood, because shit is bad, bro. Shit is bad.
Okay.
But like I said, bro, most of the kids that join gangs, they have a low mindset. They don't have parents to depend on. The parents are usually drug addicts, or they might be in the gangs themselves. I don't know. That's the reasons, and the gangs teach them, raise them better than the parents, which that's something I respect. I mean,
At least the next generation is gonna come with something. It's gonna come with positivity. We living, but we really not surviving. We too in competition with each other.
Everybody hard now, though, you know? So I see everything on social media and everything. I'm really locked in with all. I mean, I posted something positive about me giving backpacks away and stuff at the park and all that with the homies and stuff. It got like, 1,000 views, 2,000 views. I get like 5,000 views and I'm posting something crazy, though. You get me? When you doing positive, you cloud chasing. When you doing negative, it's all good because that's what we used to. That's the bread and butter, I guess. That's what we already do.
So what's happening right now is you about to leave a legacy, right? But it's not going to be a financial legacy. See, if there was something you was doing positive and all them 5,000 views you got, they going to dwindle down to about 200-300 if you was empowering the community and shedding light and, like you saying, waking people up, then all that's going to go away. But as long as you got the negative influence, well, you're going to leave that legacy, but ain't nobody going to be able to eat afterwards.
bro, just talking about that, bro, that's some real ass shit. That's what, like, I never was a Nipsey fan or like listened to his music, but that dude really, literally, all the money he made, he put into the community. Like growing up, like I remember when I was a kid, the community was like Crenshaw and Slauson, the whole that shit was like it was bad, bro. And now, literally, he's literally got corner stores, like the schools. He literally owns so much property. He's made look better. South Central properties are going up. Literally, the houses were like $200,000. Now they're like $500,000. They got the Rams Stadium like building right next to South Central LA. Like, dude, like the property, everything's going up now. So it's shit's crazy. If you smart with your money and you invest,
That's crazy, man.
you got a future for future generations. It's all about investing.
Seen somebody close to me pass away. I was young. My older cousin, right in front of my mama's house. Another black man, just typical statistic gang banging, and it's like visualizing that as a young boy is like, that's probably one of the reasons why I am who I am today.
It's traumatizing.
Like it's traumatizing, and it instantly adapts you to your community, to your environment, to where you at. Because it's like,
What was the
if
question?
you don't get down like this, you gonna get down like this.
I was 19. Oh, man.
Someone I
crazy.
love died from gang violence.
They could have easily just came up and gunned us both. It wasn't about Crip or blood. It was just about that anger and rage, like, man, want to hurt somebody. And, man, it left something, a void in me that was, like, spiritual. Like, man, what is God doing? But also that rage was like, man, I want to hurt somebody. And I took it with me from the age of 19, and I just felt suicidal. Like, I signed up every day to go out and be dead. I didn't care. I'm going to hurt somebody, they going to hurt me.
To this day, I still think, I'm almost guaranteed that I'm going to die from street violence.
Are you okay with that, though?
Well,
Have you accepted that as a man?
Yes, I accept it, because it's like all the negativity I done dished out.
See, I want to say
gotta
something,
give it back.
because this is what's causing me to change, because I made that same pact, that same vow for my gang, that I'm going to die for my gang. I'll do life for this shit.
Yeah.
But recent shit has showed me that, nah, I got another purpose. I could do something else. I don't have to die to gang banging.
Let me ask you something real quick, though. You got a child, a baby, a girl.
I got 4 beautiful blessings.
You got 4 beautiful blessings.
Four.
So here's the thing. Would you die for them?
Of course.
But that's not what they want.
No, that's
They
not
they
what
need you to live for them.
Yeah.
And you ready to go out every day and die for them. And them the same people need you to be alive.
Damn, man, I done lost so many homies. I done lost some Crip homies. I done lost some blood homies. I'm over with this gang banging shit. If something happened to y'all, y'all will see that I'm so serious about this shit. That I'm on a whole nother note, homie.
Respect.
You feel me? And I don't want to lose y'all. If motherfuckers don't wake up and let's save each other so it don't have to be no more losses, we gonna lose. Straight up.
I think peace between rival gangs is possible today.
I do.
It is
I really
possible.
do. It's gonna be hard.
The gangs are so smart now. They're actually investing to make the
I've
communities
actually
better.
did it. That's why I feel like it could be peace, because I've actually sat in a circle and had a conversation with my enemies, and we cleared the air and killed our little difference. Now, it's not peace between all my enemies.
There's
but it's
actually 2
peace
people
with
back
the
there.
main enemies
Yes.
with us, and we not even gonna call it peace. We gonna call it an understanding, because that's what it was. The understanding was y'all stay on y'all side, we stay on our side. Don't disrespect that line, and we good. And keep all that internet goofy shit, dissing. Y'all keep that shit out of the circle, and we good. And it's been working so far. We had little bumps and bruises, but it's been working.
This question was complex to me, because I'm thinking, like, are we talking about individually or gang-wise? Are we talking about in today's world, or like, are we working towards the future to get better? Because I believe that in the future, sooner or later, we are going to be able to function. Right now, with things that's been going on in the politics, it's hard to see it with the 8 trays and the 6 souls. That was an eye-opener for LA, because it was like, if that's what modern day gangbanging is working towards right now, it just takes time.
People nowadays, like, it's a revenge cycle. It's people that'll kill you that don't gangbang. They family or friend or somebody
you shot my brother.
You feel me? So it's like sometimes the peace don't even be like on us, because we're not bigger. Nobody bigger than the court, you know? So it's like, all right, how is that one person right there just gonna say it's peace today, and then everything else is just peaches and cream?
I look at it like, peace today is out just for the simple cause of the matter. Like, it hasn't been a long period of time without a death or without a retaliation or without another man, woman from a rival gang getting murdered. Show that you don't want to come to my hood and bust on me or knock me down. Let me show you the same thing. And then once we get that understood, then you can go about your life. I'm gonna go by my business. But it's a thing called leaders and followers. It's some leaders that's gonna be speaking peace. You're gonna have some leaders like, no, they done did too much. It's this history, this is what it is. So it's like, as much as you want peace, I just live life for my individual peace.
True.
Joining a gang is a choice.
No, that ain't no choice.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna step up to that.
I believe that at the very bottom of joining a gang is ultimately a choice. The power of influence is crazy, and
It is a
blinds you to
choice.
make you think that it's not. A lot of people is family orientated or born into it, but at the end of the day, I have the choice to say, yes, this is what I want to do. No, this ain't what I want to do, no matter what age I am or not.
I feel like it's for sure a choice. It's not like how it used to be where, like you said, you feel me, you got some type of ties to this game. Nowadays, it's like, oh, that little nigga look turned. Hey, you hang with a nigga for a cool amount of time, build a relationship with him. If you really a nigga and you feel me, you really got stripes and rep like you do from your era, you could easily take him over there and make it happen. It's a choice to certain people. Certain people just gotta
That's
go
true.
with the flow.
I can see where it's not a choice where you're born into it. Like your family's all gang affiliated. That's only then that's really hard because you're really raised into it. You're raised to be in the gang. That's where it's not a choice. Unless you're really born different, where you just stand, you just don't want to be involved. I mean, I'm not saying that these guys, their parents as well, they're not getting their kids into the gang. But I'm just saying, like, let's say like a family that's like heavily based crip, or like they even put their kids on the gang, then I guess that's where it's not a choice. But I could see it where there's actually some gang members that actually have kids that they want better for them. Kind of like, I'm pretty sure that's what they want. We'll see. Let's see what these dudes gotta say.
It's not so much of a choice. It's like a way of life where I come from in my family because we always gang banging.
Yeah, see, it's a way of life for some people.
To seeing blue rags. I grew up to seeing my brothers gonna fight their enemies at parks. I grew up to seeing dope sacks. I grew up to my daddy whipping dope in kitchens and all that. So it's like, that's not a choice. It's just you adapt to it. You adapt because that's what it is.
This shit chose me. I signed up and they accepted. You feel me? This shit like the military. Let's not play.
I mean, you know, my daddy from Compton, you know, from a kid, this nigga had me in this red Cadillac, slapping through Compton, rolling up weed and dope. My mama side of the family, my cousin from Palmer Block Crip. Then I got other cousins from neighborhood Pyru down the street. And then I moved to the 60s at 8 years old. Then my older cousins, they start gang banging, you feel me? So it was just a way of life for me. This is what my family was about. It was no choice.
Luckily, I had big homies to where they didn't want me to gang bang. You feel what I'm saying? They always told me play football.
I had homies that didn't want me to gang bang either. You feel me? They was like, AD, go play basketball, go play football. I even had a nigga that Peanut. He used to come to me and say, stop gang banging. And I used to think this nigga thought I was soft, y'all. But the whole time, my nigga was being a real man and didn't want me to do this shit.
That's some real shit.
I want to be Bruce Lee, man. Bruce Lee, I want to come home and kick everybody, man. But the Crips was at the movie theater. So we had to fight the Crips, and I'm 9 years old, and I'm like, man, I want to go to the movies. So it wasn't a choice. It was like, man, at the age of 13, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stop being a victim. I'm going to fight back.
I'm more afraid of the police than I am of a rival gang.
Hell yeah.
Oh, shit, man. That ain't no...
Can I start? Can I please?
Hey,
I'm starting this.
I'll probably be-
I fear the police because they the biggest gang in America.
Point blank.
Facts.
So
That's
they
facts.
basically got all right to knock us down with no justice after that.
Yeah.
And on the side of them cop cars, it says to protect and serve. Yeah. But they ain't doing none of that. They taking us. So it's like, of course I'm gonna fear you because you the one that's supposed to protect us. So I'm looking at you in the sense of, okay, you supposed to be safety, but no, you really coming at me with your gun out. Right. You feel me? But I'm looking at this man. I know how he coming. It's not a facade how you gonna come. So I'm prepared for how you gonna come. You feel me? So when a cop come at you, why off top? If I'm supposed to be protected and served, why I gotta put my hands up all the time?
Just keep it simple, man. I'm afraid of the police because, let's say, for instance, my enemy shoot me and I survive. I can go revenge and honor that. You feel what I'm saying? The police shoot me, I survive. What the fuck can I do? And he can smoke me and can get away with it. My homies ain't go rally up and go smoke them niggas. You know where they go? They done sent him to Santa Barbara somewhere. You feel what I'm saying? He had a whole other department. Still got his position. That's it.
I want my kids to be in a gang.
No.
No.
Not at all.
Not at all.
See, that's what I was talking about. They all want the best for the kids.
The reason why I wouldn't want my sons or my daughter to be in a gang is because of the way the perception that society has on a gang. It's not about the way the community views a gang, because all that is an address. But if my child is from a gang, then I don't fear the communities around it. I fear the police. I fear that if my son breaking a house, well, he should go to jail for a year or two. But if he in a gang, he gonna get a 12-year enhancement.
I don't want my daughter to be in the gang because reality, there's only 2 roads to this shit, either death or jail. It's only few that slip through the cracks.
And it's like, I don't want my kids to gangbang because I know how gangbanging limits you.
Definitely.
You know, it keeps you stagnated. You know, you can't go out there and be adventurous and see the world. And like for my son, he can grow up and love a woman. Right. And her brothers could be from a gang that now you can't even love who you really want to love because, you know, just don't limit yourself.
That's
I don't want my kids to limit themselves. You feel me?
This generation of gangbanging is a gift and a curse because it's kind of beautiful because we come from a generation that we figuring it out, we breaking it out. We got a lot of black entrepreneurs. We got sports players, we got rappers, we got people that got their own clothing lines. And this is all people that came from a gang, so it's like we not all bad just because we came from a gang. But as far as my kids getting involved with that, you don't have to gangbang to do all this stuff because you could go way further doing it if without those gang ties. But also, gang culture influences Tupac got influenced by gang cultures and cost him his life. So it's like, it's like gang culture influences everybody. But for my kids, my nieces, my nephews, and everybody under me, I do not want that for them because it took so much of my life.
Me personally, I don't have any kids, but this topic right here, I got a little twist to it. It's the definition of the word because see, us being black, the definition of a gang is, oh, they hoodlums, they thugs. But if you from a white gang, oh, that's a collective community. They just some regular people that do the same thing at the same time every day. So you know what? I just might want my kids to be in a gang, a damn good one. But like our LAPD or our sheriff, some shit for us, you feel me? So yeah, I want my kid to be in a gang, a positive one though.
Don't do this video. Real members aren't going to show up.
Certified.
Like, all right, you know, everybody want to talk they shit.
Certified.
I feel like that comment is probably very kind of like valid in a sense because everybody would question that, like what type of gang members would want to speak openly about gangs on TV, but that's what separates the leaders from the followers of that gang. So it's all a mindset, y'all. It's really a mindset. I'm talking about getting over beefing with your enemies and everything. It starts with
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Mindset first, and hopefully I can shine enough light to everybody else see what I'm doing and be like, all right, he came from that.
It's all mindset, man. All right, chat. I mean, I'm gonna cut it right there because the video was pretty long. But man, it's all mindset. It's really all it really comes down to, bro. Be a leader, not a follower. Lead your own path. That's some real shit. I could have followed my homies. They started smoking weed. High school, doing drugs. I mean, doing that shit in middle school. High school, they started doing freaking. I knew a homie started doing coke, and I was like, bruh, you know, weed's not bad, but I'm talking like a lot of these dudes started doing hardcore shit after that because they started really young and like you know they thought it was cool. They was driving. They was driving reckless. I remember they was driving reckless and like wanted me to go with them, and we were like in middle school. Like dudes was like, dudes was crazy, and that's just like that's the thing. I always like I would be that kid that like tell bro, yo, don't do that. You think it's smart. It's not, and it's not, that's why I'm a spectator. You know what I'm saying? I don't really do. I watch what people do. I'm gonna look out for you, but I'm not gonna do the action if I'm not comfortable doing it. That's just the way I go by things. You go ahead, live by. You only got one life. Go have fun. I like that shit too. Shit. For some instances, that statement does work. But man, it's better to be a leader than a follower. Do what your gut says. I appreciate you guys watching this video. Follow my Twitter, Twitch, like and subscribe. You guys have a great Saturday. NFL reactions coming tomorrow. Gotcha.